Bang, gone. Banned. Already banned, got caught trying to come in. Banned again. If you can be banned again. Rebanned. But yet she's telling me she's not banned from anywhere. And he messages me saying he's not banned from anywhere. Well, if you're not banned from anywhere, then how the hell did you get thrown out of a show just standing there? I don't know. 2 plus 2 still equals 4 on my planet. So guess what? You must have been banned. So not only did you get thrown out, you spent money to get thrown out, and while you were there, you spent money on gimmick. So you spent money to get in, you spent money at a table, and you got thrown out. Hilarious. I mean, you can't even make this shit up. Okay, that was probably, up till the other day, this was like my last encounter of her. Like I said, that guy John went to my Emma signing. He was at big event that March before and bought gimmick from me as well. So it's just pretty funny how they claim they're not banned from anywhere, but they got thrown out. And they're trolls. They prey on uneducated wrestling fans, and they feed them this negative shit and get them to join their little group of stupidity and turn on people and shit on people. I mean, she shits on independent wrestling talent like there's no tomorrow. The things that she said to me regarding Eric Bischoff and Randy Savage is absolutely laughable. She claims Eric Bischoff hates fat people. I said, what makes you say that? Well, he made a comment on a show that if someone is too big and sits in an airplane seat and they make the ride uncomfortable for the person next to him, they should be charged extra. My response was, well, coming as someone that used to be 400 pounds, I agree with him. And I don't know if Eric meant it or not, if it was just pure satire. Because Eric Bischoff, if anybody knows of ever worked with Eric Bischoff only flies first class. So he's not going to run into that problem. So he's speaking on behalf of other people who get squashed in their seat by large people sitting next to him in a cramped 3-seater that is probably should only be 2, but cram as many people on a plane as you can. But I am in total agreement with him. I feel if someone is that large and they come out of their seat and cause an inconvenience for someone else, then they should have to be forced to pay to upgrade their seat to a larger seat or pay extra. And the person who has to sit next to him should be charged less, which is never going to happen. Okay, and again, I worked with Eric Bischoff for the first time in Orlando, Florida at WrestleCon in 2017. And I weighed 400 pounds. His partner, Conrad, is not a small man. Bruce Pritchard is not a small man. And he sat next to him as well at WrestleCon. But he hates fat people. According to Nicole, he hates fat people. No rhyme or reason. No actual facts to back up her theory. But if you tell her she's out of her mind and wrong, oh man, does she fucking lose her shit. Look, if you're bitter because you're fat, then do something about it. Medical technology is unbelievable that can help you. If you choose not to, that's your own problem. If you don't think that you're overweight, then you're on drugs. Or you don't own mirrors. Don't know. But the bottom line is, don't say shit that ain't true. Don't say shit that you have no idea what you're talking about. Her thing about Randy Savage was, she said that Randy Savage beat his wife, Elizabeth. Yes, you heard that right. And I asked her where she got that idea from. Well, I came from an abusive relationship before my present marriage, And I know the type. The guy's been dead for years. Years. Never anything out there that ever said Macho Man Randy Savage beat Elizabeth or was physical at all with her. Was he overprotective of her? Absolutely. And you know what? If my wife looked like that and I was in a locker room of 98% men and knowing some of the shit that they've done in the past to female wrestlers, then I would absolutely be overprotective of my wife. Does that make him an abusive husband that beats his wife? Come on. Just common sense. But yet, she says she knows it for a fact. She knows the type. Never met the guy, but she knows it for a fact. Not a single story out there of physical abuse of Elizabeth by Randy Savage. But again, another joke of a comment by Nicole Mason Gerardo. Then we had a promoter that runs a local convention fan fest in the state of New Jersey, who basically she tried to hook up with and get a room at the hotel. Meanwhile, he's married and she's married. And I've heard this from numerous people, not just him. So, how do you explain that? It doesn't. It just makes no sense. Or the time that she was sitting down in an event, she sat down on an event chair that was being sold at the Rahway Rec Center. Again, at the Rahway Rec Center. This was a while ago. And when the promoter asked her not to sit on it, she got offended and thought that he was calling her fat. Then she broke the chair. On top of all of it, she breaks the chair. Fell on her ass. Then she was at a SWF show. And she was licking the vendors' cupcakes. Licking cupcakes. What? I don't even have words for that. But the fact that she's preys on married people, basically try to benefit her because she probably wants to meet fucking certain wrestling talent and thinks that, you know, sleeping with the promoter is going to get her there. First of all, again, nobody is going to sleep with this woman as soon as she opens her mouth. I don't care what she looks like. As soon as she opens her mouth, done. You might as well dig a hole and put the coffin in. You don't even need to put nails in the top. Just throw it in. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Or how she shows up late at independent wrestling shows and then haggles the person collecting money, claiming she shouldn't have to pay full price because half the show's over. Whose fucking fault is that? Did the promoter lock you up outside and wouldn't let you in until it was half over? No, you showed up late, moron. Why should they take a hit on you because you showed up late? So obviously you didn't care enough about the show to show up on time. But basically why she does this is because she wants to get in and she wants to get signatures of the talent that is there. So she figures if she comes late, she'll pay a discount at the door and won't have to pay full price. So she could come in. And then, God forbid, which has happened, Richie DiGregorio of RDP Promotions happened numerous times, once in front of me. She'll show up to the show and they're getting ready to pack up and leave, the talent. And then she's bitching and complaining how she wants a photo op and a signature, but she wants a discount because they're getting ready to leave. They're signing between 6 and 7. She shows up at 6:55 and wants an autograph. Wants them to take everything out of their bags that they just packed up. And she wants a discount. Case in point, Last November, I had Eric Bischoff, Scott Norton, Lady Tapa, and Bob Orton at Warriors of Wrestling after a big event in Staten Island, New York. She, for some reason, decided she was going to attend that show. She wanted to take another picture with Bob Orton because a photo that she took with Bob Orton prior was blurry. And then she haggled me that she wanted to take another photo with him when I had him in at 2 different occasions at 2 different places, that she should be charged for it. I said, why not? Well, the picture was blurry. You took the picture! If I took the picture, it was blurry, then yes, by all means, I'll take it again for you, no problem, free of charge. You took the photo! Not to mention that you could check the photo before you walk away to make sure it's not blurry. But a year later, you want a free photo op with the same person? Bullshit. So I don't have no idea if she had any intentions of trying to get a free photo that day. But that same show, we left at the pre-show. We were only doing pre-show. None of my talent was on the card. We were leaving at the pre-show. It was a two-hour pre-show. She showed up 5 minutes before we were getting ready to leave, and it was crowded. She never got to our table before we walked out. And then bitched to me that she didn't get a chance to see Bob Orton because we left too early. But meanwhile, we left after the first bell rang. She showed up an hour and 45 minutes after the gates opened. Then also turned around and said Eric Bischoff gave her a dirty look. Well, how did Eric Bischoff give you a dirty look if you didn't see us? Which you told me you couldn't find us, that we already left. So how did Eric Bischoff give you a dirty look? And why would Eric Bischoff give you a dirty look? He doesn't know who you are from anybody else, or does he care? So this is like the bullshit, the nonsense, drama, negative, just disgusting, miserable person that she is. And I will tell you, I've gotten probably about 35 stories sent to me by mutual friends of her that are wrestling fans, promoters, agents, and whatnot, sent to me of stupid shit that she's done or said. I could be here for another hour just reading this stuff. And her husband stands there like a fucking stupid brainless lurch and doesn't say anything or do anything, but he's got big ass Facebook balls and talk shit in a message when he knows he's never going to do it in person because he's going to get knocked the fuck out. Just shut the fuck up. Nobody cares what you have to say. And he's like the last person that should be talking about anything. These two morons, okay? These two morons did a GoFundMe account to get money to go on their honeymoon. Do I need to say any more? I don't think I do. Except what I'm about to say is the reason why I say it every show, so more people like this aren't produced in this world. Ladies and gentlemen, and I ask, I plead to you, I beg, please help control the nitwit population and have your friends spayed or neutered. On behalf of my sponsors and my entire crew, I am Coach Kev here on the Indie Super Show. Thank you for joining us. We will see you next week as we are closing in on our 7-year anniversary of the Damage 365 Radio Network and Damage 365 Promotions. Take care, folks.
Accept the Lord of darkness as your Savior.
Perhaps the end was drawing near. You never hear the shot.